Our learning intention today is to tune into interesting words. We're going to do this by identify interesting words, describe the impact of one interesting word, analyze the word using a spelling inquiry, and transfer your understanding of the word into a sentence. So, a common misconception among students is that interesting words are difficult words. Interesting words are words you've never heard of before. And interesting words are ones that are really long and hard to pronounce. Where in fact, interesting words are simply any words that the author has chosen to use in a specific way that is interesting and captivating. So these can be simple words, everyday words. However, it's the way the author has used them that's made a real impact on the reader. So I'm going to go through the success criteria with you and show you what it is that you will be doing. Okay. All the places to love. When I was older, Papa and I plowed the fields. Where else is the soil so sweet? He said. Once Papa and I lay down in the field holding hands, and the birds surrounded us, ruckus black grackles, crows in the dirt that swaggered like pirates. When we left, Papa put a handful of dirt in his pocket. I did too. So now that I've read the poem once, I'm going to go through it one more time, and I'm actually going to highlight words that have been used in an interesting way. When I was older, Papa and I plowed the fields. Where else is the soil so sweet? He said. Once Papa and I lay down in the field holding hands, and the birds surrounded us, ruckus black grackles. So I'm definitely going to go ahead and highlight the word ruckus and grackles. Crows in the dirt that swaggered like pirates. The word swaggered is an interesting word. And it's an interesting way to describe the way the crows moved. When we left, Papa put a handful of dirt in his pocket. I did too. So I've chosen to highlight 3 words. When you read your poem, you might highlight 10 words, 15 words, or you might highlight just 1 word. This is very personal. It depends on you as a reader. So if I go back to the success criteria, I've identified interesting words, and I'm going to focus on 1 interesting word. I'm going to choose the word swaggered. So the very first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to actually search the word swaggered, so I really understand what the author's trying to tell me. So the word swagger means to walk or behave in a very confident and arrogant or self-important way. So when someone walks with swagger, they're very confident, they're almost too confident. And so now when I go back to the poem, I can really picture what these crows were walking like in the dirt. So they swaggered in the dirt like pirates. And the word swagger is very specific. The author could have chosen to say they walked in the dirt like pirates, and it still wouldn't have had the same meaning. So it means these crows were too confident. So now that I've chosen my focus word, I'm going to complete a spelling inquiry on the word swaggered. And then once I've completed my spelling inquiry, I'm going to transfer my learning by completing a sentence using this word. So if we go back to the success criteria, the last part is transferring our understanding of the word into a sentence. Okay, so the young boy swaggered his way through the playground. Here I now have a good understanding of the word swagger, and I've used it into my own sentence. Now it's important to note that you don't have to use that exact variation of the word. You can use swagger, swaggering, and a few different examples, as long as it's the same word and the meaning is still there. Okay, I'm going to now take you through your learning task and just explain to you each section. So first you're going to underline the interesting words, or simply simple words which we've been used in an interesting way. There are 3 different poems that you can read. Before going straight to an entry point and deciding which one you're going to start with, I encourage you to read through all 3 first and find a good fit poem to focus on. Okay, so if one poem has more than 5 words that you don't know the meaning of, then it's probably going to be a bit too challenging, in which case you want to try the core or the enabler poem. So then you choose one word to complete your spelling inquiry. You're going to do a bit of analysis and ask yourself, why has the author chosen to use this word in this way? You're going to have to think of 3 different reasons. And lastly, you're going to reflect on how you might transfer this learning into your writing, because we know that the whole purpose of our spelling is to improve our writing.